Welcome to another edition of Porch Cigar Reviews. Today we're going to talk about cigar cutters. Dan, what do you have to tell us about our cigar cutters we're going to be showing?
How you cut your cigars is important, both for the draw and the flavor. And today we're going to show you different types of cutters and what they add up to and how they'll affect it.
For the beginner and the novice cigar smoker. First off, we have these plastic cutters, notch cutter, and the Guillotine. For beginners, there's nothing wrong with these. They cut the cigar just as good, not quite as good as the better ones, but for notch cutter, simply just cut and you get a nice cut. Next up we have the Collabory, which is a brand for the deeper notch cutter. As you can see, if you use bigger ring cigars, you probably want to get a little bit bigger notch in it. As you can see, that gives a nice big notch, great airflow for your cigar. These are great for, for traveling or bringing around. I love these Collaborys.
This is called a punch cutter. This probably gives you the least amount of airflow. And if you can see, you just try to center it as best you can, and you gently go back and forth. And you slowly put pressure. Then you pull it out. As you can see, this provides the least amount of airflow, so you're going to get a little less of a taste through this, but it does cut a nice hole in it. For most people, it's fine. This next cutter is called simply a scissors cutter. A lot of people feel it's more elegant, better way to cut a cigar. I don't use it that much. I think it's a little more difficult to use. But it does work fine on a torpedo. You can see they're very difficult.
Next cutter, this is for another Guillotine one, maybe for like 60 rings and above, but you could use it for any size cigar. If you want to sort of not chop it off like that, you probably just want to get right to the end on here, give it a little snip, and there you go. You don't want to cut the whole cigar off with. These are nice. Next two are our favorites, but this is also one type of cutter you can use. And again, all these cutters are your preference. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
This is the next step up. It's a Collabory tabletop cutter. This is one of my favorites. As you can see, this is a straight guillotine cut. And you turn it around, and there you have your notch cutter. I personally prefer all my cigars cut in a notch cutter. And here we go. Beautiful.
Now we're stepping up to the holy grail of cigar cutters. This has notch cutters of different sizes for different ring cigars, and the Guillotine different sizes for different cigars. So I'll give you an example of different sizes. So for the smaller notch cutter, you'd probably want to use a smaller ring cigar. Just pull it forward. Got a nice little cut. And then we'll use the notch cutter on a 60 ring cigar. gives you a bigger cut. You probably wouldn't want to use a smaller ring cigar on the bigger notch because it would cut it too much. And then of course for the Guillotine, you wouldn't want to use this one. That's mostly for 60 rings, but if you want to use the Guillotine, you get a perfect cut every time. This is nice because keep you from having all different types of cutters out on their table. So this is great for a bar. Love it. All right, hopefully this information was helpful to you, and we'll see you next time on Back Porch Cigar Reviews.